Well, hi, good morning, and thank you for joining me in my shop here. It's July 17th, and today promises to be a nice day here. So, just a couple comments on yesterday's video. Today's going to go a lot better for very good reasons. Yesterday, when I was working, one of the things I try to keep in mind when I'm doing this work, especially when I start the alignment process, is the first time through can be written off to education, painful as it might be. Well, the education came after yesterday's shop session, but the other thing I keep in mind is that when things don't seem to add up to me, when those who I think are intelligent are saying things that don't sound right, when I see somebody do something and I think, why in heaven's name would they do that? It just looks crazy to me, but they're not crazy people. What I say to myself is, there's something I don't know. There's just something I don't know, and if I knew it, none of this would look crazy. So, yeah, there's a lot of things I didn't know yesterday. So yesterday evening I studied this schematic at length. Yeah, I colored it up a little bit. And I studied this document at length, and a couple of things came to light. A couple of very important things came to light. One of them is the things I thought that I thought were inductors are in fact capacitors, and there's three of them right in front of us right here. So I haven't touched these yet because I haven't got to this part of the alignment process. But these guys have threaded shafts that you could put a tool on and move. And instead of moving a slug through a coil down here, you're changing the capacitance of this. This is actually a capacitor. Capacitor masquerading as a coil. And he fooled me yesterday. There's a bunch more of them. These are really kind of hard to see. Kind of down in here. You really can't see them on the camera. But again, same thing. Look like inductors, are actually capacitors. So I didn't realize that, and having it in my head that they were inductors changed the nature of this whole effort here. So that was my biggest mistake. There's a couple others in here though. Like, for instance, when I read this, the word trimmer comes up in this document. Trimmer refers to capacitors almost always. So it should have, a light should have come off. A light should have come off. A light should have come on, and I should have said, "Where are those capacitors?" And then I might have recognized what was happening yesterday. There's a few other things in here which I am forgetting about now, but I won't worry about it because I have them in my head somewhere, and they will present themselves as they are needed. So, what's really going on here then, where they have talk about slug top and bottom, and these ones here, the 4, the 10, the 30, these are capacitor adjustments. So yeah, so this whole thing is the HF oscillator, high frequency oscillator adjustments. Yes, it is. These ones are done at the top of the band, and the slug adjustments in the actual coils are done at the bottom of the band. And the other confusion is these bands overlap. So it talks about 4, it talks about 10 megacycles, 4 megacycles, and they appear a couple of times on the dial here, which just adds to the confusion on here. So added to my confusion anyway. So I think we're ready to go. That's what I think. I think I can get my way through this now with my newfound knowledge. Okay, so I got to turn this guy on and let him warm up for a while before we get busy on him. In the meantime, I think it'd be a good time to drink some coffee. Yeah. Right off the bat, I got a little bit paralyzed here, because once again, they really aren't being clear in this document at all about any of this. So bearing in mind that these are capacitor adjustments, and these must be done at the top of the band. So that means this 4 is the top, of the 1.6 to 4 megahertz band, not the bottom of the 4 to 10 band. So these are tops, and these are all bottoms of the band. That's got to be the way this works. So we're going to start on the lowest band, the one that doesn't bother me much if I mess it up. That's the 1.6 to 4 megahertz. So bottom slug is in a coil, adjust at 1.65. That's the bottom of the band. That's correct. Yes, the bottom of the band. And then we're going to adjust this 4. That's the top of the band. Oh, good luck to me. Good luck to me. Oh, I got to turn on more equipment here. I'll let that warm up for a moment too. I think you need more caffeine here. Get the engine running stronger. And now my political thought for the day. In a healthy democracy, the political parties are happy to lose the election. They're happy, they're ready, they're willing to lose. That's my thought. Okay, next. So what are we on here? We're on 1.6. We need to have this at 1.65. Go. 1.6. What do we hear? Do we hear it by any chance? Is the antenna connected by some chance? Yes, it is. No 1.6 coming in. What's happening here? And we're off to a good start. That's for sure. 6. Oh, we won't find it there. That's got to be a 3.2 on the dial. It's double 16. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna put this right on 1.65. Ooh. There is no marking at 1.65. 1.6, yes there is. Yes there is. Jim, come on. Okay, right on 1.65. Put this up here at 1.65. Yes, I know what I'm doing. There we are. Now, the objective is to get this meter over here up as high as possible. It's pretty high already, so I'm going to cut back the power here. A little less power. Now, think about it. Before we do anything, we think. We're at the bottom of the band. Bottom of the band is a slug adjustment. A slug adjustment 1.65. Second one in. Second one in on the bottom. Second one in on the bottom. Oh, what happened there? Did my antenna come off? Yeah, loose antenna connections. That should hold it. Right. Second one. Checking again, double checking, second one, this one. oscillator adjustment. Max that guy out. Oh, didn't do a thing. Bottom slug. Duh, duh. Okay, I didn't turn it much. Okay, I'm in the bottom slug. We're moving. And it's right on the peak. It's right on the money. I actually got one of these to work out properly. Wow. Now, we go to the top. We go to the top of this band. The top is 4. We do this right at 4. Okay. We're set at 4. Go up to 4 on the signal generator here. Can't get any closer than that. So we're good. Somehow, despite my efforts yesterday, somehow we're good here. Okay, so that's the oscillator adjustment, top and bottom of the band for that band. Now, we want to do the next. What did I do wrong here? I did something wrong here. I'm still making mistakes. This is an RF adjustment. I just used that to adjust the oscillator because of that warning in here about making the RF adjustment adjust the oscillator too. This is where it is over here. Here. Bottom slug adjust at 1.65. I blew it. Yeah, because it's got to be these. Can't be these. Got to be these. Oh my God. Okay, so think for a minute. It's actually okay at the bottom. What could I possibly get from adjusting this now? And I've done this at the right frequency, and I've done it for maximum. And the tuning is correct. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I'm moving on. Let's see how much I can mess up the next band. 4 at the bottom, 10 at the top. 4 at the bottom. 4 means this adjustment here. And where are we? We're at the top right now. So we're at the top. Let's do the top. So we look for 10. Bottom slug at 10. There. So that would be what I'd be adjusting. This guy at 10. At 10. I'm not at 10. I'm at 10 because I flipped the switch, but I'm not at 10 here. Pretty close. Okay, thinking this through again. I'm at the top of the band. So I want to do the capacitor. The capacitor is this thing. 10. Second one in. Second one in on 10. So I may have done some of these correctly with all the wrong thinking going on. And what do I do with my flashlight? Ah, there it is. So we're looking at 10 is the second one from the top. This one here. It's hard to seat these. There we go. Okay, we're seated. I want to increase this so it's clear. put this up at 10. And we will find it. There it is. Okay, watching my... You can watch this meter too. There we are. Okay, so I've done the top of this band at 10. Now we go down and we do the top slug, but for the bottom of the band at 4 in here. Okay, so we go down to 4. Okay, get it right on 4. There we are. Put this back down to 4. Very close again. Okay, the objective will be to hear that, and I'm doing this again at the bottom of the band, so I'm doing a slug. The slug is here, the slug is there, top slug, adjusted 4. Wow, am I ever going to get through this without making a mistake? When you make a mistake, you undo another band that you've done up. I'm going to try not to make a mistake. Top slug. Top slug. That's the top slug. Here we go. Got it. Beautiful. Okay, it's amazing when you understand the instructions, things actually work out. Wow. Okay. Should I stay on this band and do the other things, or should I stay with doing the oscillator on all bands? Let's stay on doing the oscillator on all bands. So that would be then, we'll go up to the next band. Now 10 is at the bottom, so 10 we would want to find along here. This would be bottom, Jim, bom, 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 bom. Find 10, not over here, over here. Top, where's 10? There it is. Oh, same one, bottom slug. Oh, same can for the same band. Band per can, is that how this really works? So 10. Right, 10. 10. I'm on the I'm on the next band up. So we're at the bottom. So 10 at the bottom is a slug. This has got to be it. It's not one can per band. No, that's a mistake. This is a different band. Down to the bottom slug. Get her going. Let's just adjust my frequency here. Touch. Okay, once again, we're going in here. We're going to the bottom slug. Here we are, we're in the bottom slug. And here we go. Lots of tuning going on, but going back. Oh God, you got a lot better there. But I didn't hear the, where's the signal generator? Let me turn it up higher. It's a blasting signal now coming at this radio. Okay, we got to do something different here. Something funny going on. Let's leave it like that. Where are we? We should be on 10. You dummy. 10. I'm really good at finding the wrong way of doing it, so I'm way off now because I've been fooling around with it. 10. 10 with a ton of power. Can we find it? There it is. Notice how quiet the radio got as I got towards it? Like the sweet spot's somewhere else. Okay, let's get this meter. The sweet spot is not where this 10 is lining up. That's what I think. There we are. Get out of there. So that's 10 at 10. Now we go to the other end of this band. And we do 30, do the capacitor 30, or the trimmer, if I can put it that, and then there's a 30 elsewhere. There's no other 30. Well, no, yeah. Oh my God, how can I, it's amazing I can do any of this, really, come to think of it. So we want to dial up to 30 now, the other end of this band. Scratchy stuff there. Okay, we'll set it right on 30. There she is, right on 30. Now I'll take the signal generator up to 30. It's possible that, I'm not going to go that band. If I wasn't making videos, this would go a lot easier. But it's also possible that I would just be a screaming mess in here. 29.7. So, okay, so you can hear the image and the regular signal. 1 at 30. So 29.7, and this will be 36, I'm pretty sure. 36. What was that other thing? 27. Did I just make that up? I must have made that up. So one of these two is the image. Now they said the local oscillator is always above the target frequency. So that would put a fair bit of confusion into my head. So what we're going to do to be absolutely sure is I'm going to use the SDR to see where the local oscillator is and make sure it's above 30 and we're not messing this up. I think that's probably the safest thing I can do. But first, how about a little bit of coffee? Yeah. Okay, so here's my SDR with a pickup coil, and the radio is pickup coil to pick up the local oscillator. Radio is tuned to 30 megahertz, and I'm going to tune it back and forth, and there you can see where the local oscillator is, right there. Now I'm going to tune this right on the 30 mark, right there. Now we'll take a look at the local oscillator frequency, see what it is. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. Whoops. It's just 30.1. $31.70. That doesn't make sense. This should be 30. Well, yeah, it's not adjusted properly. It should be 34.55 here. I zoomed in too far. Maybe that's what I've done to myself here. Let's zoom this back out just a wee bit. I'm going to move this down here. Okay. Where we really want to be, though, is way up here at 4. My mouse stalls all the time, in case you're wondering what's happened just now. There it goes. We want it to be at 34, 55. I can't. I got the step wrong over here. Ah, where's the step control? I don't want to be doing this stuff right now. Where's the step control? Ah! You gotta be kidding me. Too many display? None of them are showing up here. What is happening? Can somebody tell me? Never mind the radio, I can't work the computer. I can't find the step control. What the heck? That's great. I've lost track of the step control. So, now why are we starting to hear this radio? What's happening here? Let me go back to the cameras. Something's drifting somewhere. Wow, who's doing the drifting? Well, it won't be my signal generator is drifting. It's never drifted. We have to make sure it's not the radio and it is the signal generator that's drifting. Really? Yep, that's what it is. Okay, something new to keep in mind. Signal generator unstable on this band or this high frequency, or having operated for this length of time or something. Wow, that's disappointing. This has been a rock solid signal generator right to this moment. Okay, slow drift won't stop me though. I don't even need this. I don't even need this guy. Let's just turn the sound off, because I'm using the SDR now to fix the location of the local oscillator. It's actually kind of a better way of doing it. Okay, let's just review where we are here. We're at the top end of the 30 band, so we should be looking for this 30, very top adjustment. I'm going to go back to the looking at the SDR here. Okay, now because I wasn't able to change the step for some ridiculous reason, we want to get to right there, right kind of to the edge of the gray here. Okay, let's move that oscillator. Okay, I'm just putting the tool in here. We're in. I went in easy. Okay, is this really the local lot? Yes, it is. Okay, we're just going to move it. Wait, what happened? Okay. We're moving that oscillator. Must be a station chasing it in behind? I don't know what that is. We're going to bring this right up to the edge of the gray. Right there. Will that be it? Oh, there's a funny little backlash sort of thing going on with this control here. There we are. She's on the money. She's on the money. Okay. So that means the radio is definitely picking up 30 at this point. I see what's going on. Okay, never mind. What's going on here is I can wave my hand. I just left the pickup coil just laying out here. I didn't even position it. And I move my hand around it. It changes the pickup of the local oscillator on the SDR. Okay. Is this really 30? Let us put a 30 into it. Oh yeah. A touch off, but you know what? We're talking fractional movements. Just, yeah, that's it. Cool. That's good. That's a 30 megahertz. How precise can you be up there? Okay, now I'm getting excited, which is also a bad thing to do. Don't get excited. So I have done them all, oscillator wise. Now it's time to do the here. Bottom slug. It says only bottom slug. Top slug, bottom slug. That's 3 bands. That's the 3. There's actually 5 bands in this radio, not 4. It's a peculiar band on here. This one here, 20 BS. 20 bullshit. It's a 20 meter band. The radio is designed so it'll expand the 20 meter band alone somehow on here. I don't even know how that happens, but it has its own setting there. You can hear my signal generator drifting away. So I guess we'll just start here. No, I've already done this one, didn't I? I already did that. Kind of did it by accident, but did it good enough. These are the ones that will knock off the oscillator. And the instruction is do them both in conjunction. Oh my gosh, you kidding me? How can you do that? How can you do that? Because there's 2 adjustments for the oscillator for each band. Final adjustment should be accomplished by combined or alternate adjustment of the oscillator and RF for maximum amp. No, it just says the oscillator. It doesn't say the oscillator adjustment. So he's hinting you got to do both adjustments. Oh my gosh, how could you possibly do all this? This is a monster for because of this effect where the oscillator is affected by the RF adjustment. You know, there's an inclination here for me to just leave it all alone at this point and not try to tune it up. Or you do this. You do these. These are all slugs. It's all slugs from here. So it's always at the bottom frequency. So you're always at the bottom frequency. And you're wow. The way to do this is to use the SDR to show the local oscillator frequency, and then you make this adjustment. You can push it back using the SDR. I don't have to use the signal generator to do any of this, really. Or do I? I need the signal generator to do the RF adjustments. I need the combination signal generator, SDR. I need the works. I need the works to get this right. Coffee. That'll work. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore this one, which I already did this morning, kind of semi-consciously. I'm going to go after this. It's just the 2 slugs in this one can. Top slug at 4. Top slug at 4. Okay, top slug at 4. Slugs are done at the bottom of the band, so we need to find a band with 4 at the bottom. That's this one. We'll go down to 4 at the bottom. Okay, that's 4 at the bottom. Now we need to give it a 4. Lovely. Okay. Whoop, whoop, falling over. I gotta get the SDR onto the screen here. Help me. That's too much coffee, man. I'm drunk on coffee here. Okay, let me change the screen a little bit here. Okay, there we are. I can still see the meter, the SDR. Now, the SDR is in the wrong spot. It should be looking at, what are we doing here? We're doing 4. Everybody, 4 megahertz. Okay, take this down to around 4. This is probably the local oscillator right here. It should be 445. No, that's not the local oscillator. It should be 4. If we're tuned to 4, it should be 4. It should be right. Wow, look at this. I've almost got it there. 455. And there it is. That's going to be it. This thing you can hardly see here. Slightly off. Now, you know where it is? It's at 57. Yeah. So that's because the IF is mistuned slightly. Good grief, I'm not going to go back and correct it. It's going to stay that way. Okay, what are we trying to do now? We're trying to increase the signal strength. So we're looking down here now, and we're keeping an eye on the variation in the local oscillator while doing it. That's right. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So we're at 4. We're at 4. 4 is the bottom. 4 is the bottom of that. Don't make a mistake now. Do not make a mistake. Okay. That's the top. I'm in the bottom. Okay, the objective is make this meter go higher. Nothing is happening. You crazy piece of That's the closest I can get to explicatives on a YouTube video. So this is the one I found the other way around the other day, but for crying out loud, really? Yeah, I figured because I got this straight now, that I get to the can that appeared to be wired upside down, and it would be okay. Oh, look what it is. Wait, whoa. Calm yourself down. We're at 4. Top slug. Bozo. Top slug. Oh my gosh. There's just too many tops and bottoms here. Okay, top slug. Watching the meter now. We're in business. And I got a tiny bit more out of it. That'd be it. All I got to do now is do the bottom slug here without making a mistake, and we're golden. So go to the band that has 10 megacycles at the bottom. Okay, and we are tuned right on the 10. Feed in a 10, please. It's not quite on the money, is it? How did it get off? Okay, let's use the SDR. If we're tuned to 10, we should be 10. It should be like this. The red line should be right on it. You see, it's a little off. Okay, now thinking hard, we're at the bottom of the band. So if I want to change the oscillator at the bottom of the band for 10, I would look on this side of the diagram, find the 10, bottom slug, first can. Bottom slug, first can. Bottom slug, first can. That would be this slug. I'm in now. Okay, we're watching the SDR. Yeah, you better believe it. Just a bit more. Too far. Okay, doesn't sound right, but there we are. That's because my 10 is not 10 anymore. That's 10. What's happened to my signal generator? It's become a drifter. Okay, we got that set now. Now we're ready. Bottom slug here. Bottom slug. Am I right? Bottom slug? Just double check, man. 10. Bottom slug adjust at 10. Okay, heading for the bottom slug. And then the bottom slug. Ready to adjust. And we're getting something out of it here. What happened? The slug has hit a stop. Huh? Right there, it just stops. Oh, I can't go any further with it. I wasn't expecting that. Either the slug is bottoming out, or it's just caught on something in the... You know what? That's actually the peak there anyway, because I pushed it past it and went down. Okay, leave it alone, Tim. Don't crack a slug. Whew. Yes, I've done that. I have cracked a slug in one of these. Not in this radio, but a long time ago. That's not a good thing to do. So we've done it. We've done it all. We've done it all except the antenna. The antenna, they give all kinds of frequencies here to do the adjusting at. But let's just read these. Adjust slug at 4 megacycles with antenna capacitor near mid capacity. Same thing, antenna capacitor near minimum capacity. Something, antenna capacitor near mid capacity. Did they make a spelling mistake here and put minimum by accident? Because it's mid, but minimum here. Oh. Hey, see? They tried to trick me with this. And again, you should do this with the antenna that you're going to be using. If you're using multiple antennas, what do you do here? I guess you find a happy medium with this adjustment. Or you're adjusting it every time you change antennas? That would be crazy. Okay, we'll go through these 4 and declare it a day. But there's still a little bit of coffee left in my cup, so I'm going there. What? What's that doing on there? So what I've done is I've disconnected the signal generator. I've hooked up my outdoor antenna to the radio. I've left the radio tuned right where it was. It was tuned to 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz. When WWV was coming in, I left the room. I left the room, and when I came back, this music was playing. How did this drift that way?
There you will find our mailing address, radio schedule.
What happened to the 10? It's kind of jumpy out here. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh. Must be some dirt in the capacitors. Let's take a look at the capacitors. I've never looked at them. So here they are. Many of them in this radio. There's 6 sets of plates up here and 3 sets down here. I'm looking to see if the outside plates have been bent out. It doesn't quite look like it, although the outside plate appears to be further out. Well, I don't know. Did somebody bend it? When we get right to the end of the capacitor, often some bad things happen. Let's see if there's a short. It's happening over here. see if I can get it short. Okay, who is it? It's right in here. So sensitive, any touching anywhere. I think it's right here. Now, having done all that alignment work, now if I'm going to bend one of these plates, that's it, kissing the alignment goodbye. Now why am I worried about this anyway? It's right at the end of the run. I'm not able to bend these anymore. Yeah, the better move is just don't dial this right to the end. Because now there were some other spots, weren't there? It's receiving really well. Wow. That's a little FT8 there. Okay, now the plates are completely separate, so. Wow, what all is it picking up there? Why do I need to adjust anything at this point? So, let's see. The adjustment is on the band I'm on, 10 to 30 band. So 10 is the bottom slug, adjust at 10. That's a wrong spot. Okay. Jimbo! Adjust the slug at 10 with antenna capacitor near mid capacity. Okay, so we'll put the antenna capacitor to mid capacity here. That's exactly where it is right now. Mid capacity. I think when it's straight up it's halfway. Yep. So this would be totally open and this would be totally closed. Closed, mid, open. Mid. Okie doke. Do it at 10. I'm going to pick up a station. See how much fading there is. Thought I heard WWV in there for a moment. Yeah, it is. But that's not good enough. I can't do this on that. It's really jumping around down here. Let's do this station. Okay, tune this right in. It's drifting a bit. Double checking. Corner one there. That would be this one here. Okay. I can see that the fading, this is going to be tricky. Let's see if there's a dramatic change here. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think I got it. Wow. That would make a difference. Donald Trump, Donald Trump. I think that's it for that band. I think that's it. The next band would be four to 10. Tune, you got to be down near the bottom end. There won't be any stations at 4 megahertz, so I'm going to have to use a signal generator here. Or just use the noise. Can I just use the noise? Is that sensible? Let's try it. Got a little bit on the meter here. I've never heard any suggestion that you can just make the noise louder and you're golden. Let's give it a try. So we're at 4 megahertz. This is the one that I got. Here's 4 here. It just slug at 4 megahertz. This guy. Just listening to the noise. Gambling here. You know, why wouldn't that work? That's lovely. Oh, I was supposed to be looking at the... no, I'm doing the antenna. I'm supposed to be watching... Never mind. It's water under the bridge now. Jim, moving on. Next band. Okay, doing it with the noise again. We're at the low end of the band, the 1.6. There it is. This guy. Okay, you guy. Make my radio noisier. Going down. There we are. Lovely noise. And then the last one is broadcast. I can pick something up here, I'm pretty sure.
People just didn't really care, or maybe television didn't really care, and they acquiesced to that, but maybe I don't think that should be part of it.
There we are. It's interesting how this meter is wired into the circuit, by the way, in this radio. We'll take a look at that maybe. Or I'll just be too worn out at the end of this. So double checking again. We're doing the broadcast band. There we are, 1.2 megacycles. Oh, I'm way at the low end. Supposed to do this at 1.2. There's no stations up there, is there? Can we find a station? Up around in this area. It's an American station. I can tell because it's weak. During the day, the weaker stations are often American. If this one's talking about American stuff. Pretty sure it's coming from a state local here, like Michigan. Probably from Michigan. So now the adjustment I do now is 1.2, but I'm actually I'm very close to 1.2, so that's fine. That one. This one. Okay. Watching the meter now. This would appear to be way out. Way out. Now that could be because of different antenna, maybe? Wow. It's hard to turn. It's really twisting my... There we are. We got there. Amazing. Didn't expect that. Okie doke. Okay, so at this point, I believe I have properly aligned this radio. And don't tell me otherwise. Nobody say a word. Nobody say a word. I'm going to bathe in the glory of getting through this. Honestly, after yesterday, I thought, oh my gosh, what happened? It was so spun out after yesterday. Well, we need to run through the bands and listen to this radio, so that's what's going to happen next. And we're going to see what it sounds like. Okay, time for the grand check here. Now, I'm just doing this at 10 o'clock in the morning, so that's not necessarily the best time to be checking out shortwave, and certainly not the best time for listening to broadcast radio. Except during the day, I can pick up all the local stations that I can receive here on ground wave, and that's what we're going to hear. So I'm going to start. Let's start at the bottom here. So a lot of strong local stations at the bottom of the broadcast band here where I live. Lieutenant? Oh, I didn't turn this up properly. When I didn't do the alignment right. Okay, I'll fix that later. Let's just see what we got here. So we'll tune in the first station. Not with that, we won't grab the right knob. .55. So this is coming from Buffalo. Antenna adjustment. Doesn't seem to do much. So I still have this meter connected, by the way. It does a little bit. Maybe it doesn't do much at the low end. And what else can we fiddle with before we move on? Wow, the sensitivity has to be right up. There. And limiter on, nothing to, well, there was a little bit of noise there to limit. Yeah. That's helpful. Okay, we're going to give this guy a shot. Now, this is not the right signal to do this on, but we can tell if it's working or not. Yeah, it doesn't seem right that it should drop so low. So as I turn this up, I'm shrinking the bandwidth. We should hear the tone go down. We'll bring this right up to close to the oscillation point to get the most effect out of it. I think this is working. That's the impression that I got there. That's another good impression. I'm just going to leave the way it is. Thumbs up. Good enough. Okay, through the band. Here we go.
This is what the Derby is for, is in theory, but I mean, you also want to see, I know Aaron Judge
Flooding remediation strategy.
Summer event. Visit your VW dealer before July 31st. Volkswagen.
This is CFIQ 640 Toronto, a Chorus Entertainment radio station.
Take us with you and listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
404 dBp from approaching Shepherd all the way down to this ramp.
It almost sounds overloaded, so I'm going to cut this back, or on ABC.
Third line on.
Oh yeah.
And then from Erin Mills to east of Mississauga Road. Got a crash here. A couple vehicles involved. Tow truck on the scene. No one's hooked up yet. Delays in because of the left lane blocked from Mike.
No one's hooked up yet on the tow truck. 740. That's a station I don't normally hear. Would look like 770. 770 might be from New York City. 770, 880, and 990. New York City. Yeah, I can pick up New York City from here with a good antenna. 820, this is Hamilton. That's the French CBC signal here in southern Ontario. 930, where we get it? Yep, 930 is Buffalo. That's a long ways away from here.
You say whatever you want to about Donald Trump. His age, his demeanor, his disposition. But he is a man of the people. And for all 40 VP from Approaching Shepherd all the way down to this ramp.
820, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Oh my God. We've all been so badly gaslit by the whole situation. It's a point where gaslit people are gaslighting other people. And there's just one big ball of gaslighting going on everywhere. It's a religious station, probably from the United States. A lot of religious radio in the United States, of course.
Understood that that level of risk is acceptable.
This is 1010, also from Hamilton, I think.
Understandable.
1010,
Well, this is the
maybe Toronto.
Beat the track. It'll get you to beat the track. Adventures start here.
At 1050, that's Toronto.
Hybrid at 2.99% for 24 months.
Oh, this is really coming to life now.
$500 Honda bonus. OAC in stock.
1150,
After you take your foot to crack.
Hamilton, I think.
But after the rotation,
Weak signal there, I don't know what it is. 1250, probably an American station. It's religious again. Very important. That's probably a local, like low power community radio coming out of Toronto. Something very weak there. This is 1430. We're going to get a strong rock station up here. 1580, I believe. Something there. There you can see the automatic audio change here. When you set the audio lower, you get a broader audio bandwidth, more trouble, but you can't hear it because it's quiet. But if you turn it up, this thing narrows it down. It's a feature of this radio, and I don't understand really how is this helpful. I don't know. Maybe they designed the whole radio, built it, and found out it did this, and then went, we'll call it a feature. Call it a feature and sell it. There's the music. This is a local playing pop music.
Dean, next to sunny cloud tomorrow.
Or is it this one?
12 with a high of
Oh, weather.
24, and then on Friday, mainly sunny and a high of 25. It's 21, feeling like 26. Here's Pat Benatar.
Yeah, this is the music station here. So, come on, Pat. Sing it. Yeah, CKDO. It's one of the few stations that's north of me here. It's a small station in a town, I don't know, 50 kilometers from here. Something like that. Okay, that was the AM band. That's pretty cool. I like that. We're going to skip the next band and we're going to go to the 4 to 10 band. We're not likely to pick anything up except close to 10. And that's where we're starting. Very sharp here in this. Looking for WWV. Should be right there. Nobody home? Should be stations in here. Based on the time of day. Big powerful one coming up.
Of his God.
you are listening to World Last Chance Radio on WBCQ at 9330 kilohertz on the 31 meter band. World's Last Chance Radio, preparing a people for the Saviour's soon return.
Last chance radio. It's your last chance, man. You know what this sounds like? Facsimile. So this would be some kind of image being transmitted via facsimile. Could even be ham radio doing this. A ham radio guy. But that's what facsimile sounds like. Maybe what we'll do is we'll turn on the BFO here and just tune with the BFO. This area between 9 and about 7, you can pick up aircraft. Depends on the day. There's a website you can go to on the internet. You can find out what frequencies the aircraft are using over the Atlantic Ocean right now, and you can tune to those channels if you like. And I pick up New York radio and Gander radio fairly easily, and occasionally I pick up the airplane flying over the ocean. And I have heard interesting things listening to that stuff. It's shortwave, right? So you have a lot of trouble communicating, and it's evident sometimes when they're trying to communicate and the conditions are poor. You can hear the pilots or the radio guy in the airplane getting the wrong information, and they have a repeat back process, of course, and they repeat it back, it's not correct. It's quite exciting. They fly a certain track, and they stay in this track, a certain elevation, a certain track they stay in, and the air traffic control try to make sure they don't crash into anybody else. But what if that track goes right into a storm cloud? They have to get off the track. When they get off the track, they all come under very close control by the air traffic controller. At the same time, there's a storm, which makes radio communication difficult. In those circumstances, it can become quite exciting listening to the instructions the air traffic controller is giving to the airplanes and their attempt to understand those instructions and make sure they got them right. Because if they get them wrong, you can crash into another plane out over the ocean. That's not going to work out well. This is not quite the right radio to do that with. You have to fish to try to find them, and they only transmit occasionally. So most of the time, this is what you hear, nothing. But if you do stumble across one, well, you'd be lucky. There's weather signals here that you can pick up also. Broadcasts, Volnet, I think they're called. Weather signals, they go 24/7. Upper sideband. It's better to use an SDR. With an SDR and the waterfall display, you can spot these short duration broadcasts, and then you can tune to them and find out, hey, is that ATC control? Or you go to this website I mentioned, find out what frequencies they're using and sit on it. Okay, let me just... So at this time of day, I'm down around 7 megahertz. You wouldn't expect too much down here. Maybe it's going any lower. We'll go to the top band, and we're going to shoot to the low end right away. We're going to start from there. Hey, there's nothing. What happened? Let's get the sensitivity up higher. Something funny with the tuning right at the bottom now on this band. So we're picking up a broadcast signal above 10 here. Something not quite right with that, I think. Something wrong there. Are you picking up a signal at 11? 11 megahertz? I want to check into this. 11 megahertz. How can there be a signal there? 11 megahertz. So let's switch to the SDR here. And we'll go to 11. For some reason I've broken into a sweat here. I don't know why. See, there's nothing there at all. Now, I don't exactly have an antenna connected, but I can get that done pretty quick. We're going to go on the same antenna here. I'm just going to parallel it in. Try anyway. There we are. So the tall thing on the SDR is probably the local oscillator. Let me turn the sound up a little bit. Where'd that station go? Yeah, that's the local oscillator. I thought this was a fairly strong signal. There it is. Oh, sensitivity very low. So this is rated at 11 megahertz. This radio is receiving something. There's nothing there. Okay, that's why I'm doing this test. It's talking about Nicaragua. Something went wrong here with the alignment. I think. That's the impression I got. Let's turn this up and turn this down. Get to 15. That's the same station. Okay, so what we were getting, see, this is at 12. And if you subtract 1 megahertz or 900, which is 455 twice, you come close to 11. That's what it is. We were picking up the image. Now, that's bad. Any radio that tunes this high band, let's say from 15 megahertz and above, but uses a 455 IF, is going to have very strong images that you can't recognize as an image, except they're in the wrong place. So that's a weakness in this radio. Better radios use a technique called double conversion. And so the IF frequency used on a high band like this might be 10 megahertz instead of half a megahertz. And that pushes the image far away, and then it's weakened by the other tuning responses in the radio. See, we're getting this at 14. There's no such signal at 14, but I bet you we'll find it here, somewhere. Okay, I'm full of crap. The man is full of crap. What is going on? I'm looking for the image. So the way this should work is, signal you're after is here, local oscillator is here, image is up here. If there's a signal up here, you'll hear it when the radio's tuned here. So 455 twice, 900, not there. I'm just full of crap. We're almost right on 15 here. I think something went wrong. That is 15, isn't it? I can't even see it. That's 16. 16, Jim. Let's go back to 15. 15's right here. I think something's gone wrong because now there are strong signals up around 15.8, 15.825 and 15.770. So it could easily be what's here, but it's not on the right. It's not exactly right. Not at all right. That's ham radio, FT8, FT8. If you're wondering what I'm saying. The radio's gone quiet. Getting up towards the limit of my antenna. My antenna has a roll off this high frequency. Where'd it go? It was there and then it went away. Very quiet now. Antenna? Well, that would be why. Coming up on a CB radio. Don't know if it's going today. Is that CB there? So I'm going to use this as a fine tuning. No, I don't think there's anything there today. 28, but nothing left. Back to 20. WWV. No show. I never picked it up anywhere. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my signal generator back on and we're going to pump a signal into this radio and find out what's going on with the tuning. That's what I'm going to do. Nice long video, eh? Okay, let's see what's going on. Now I've got the radio connected to the signal generator again. I've got it tuned to 20 megahertz. Let's see what happens on the signal generator. It should be signal at 20 and signal at 20.9. 20. So here we go. Okay, so looks like it's way off. 19.8. Somehow I got the alignment wrong here. And there's the image frequency there. A little off on that band. What about down at the other end? Go down, down, down. We'll tune it to 11 megahertz exactly. Okay, so we're tuned to 11. Yes, 11 megahertz. Okay, let's go down there. A little off down here too. And if we go up 950 be 11.8, we should hear it again. There it is. Okay, it just looks like I just didn't quite get it right on. Or you know what I did? I fiddled with the RF adjustment and that threw it all off and never went back. That's what I did. Okay, I'm going to sort that out on my own later today, and I think we're done with this radio. We could be done. I could be done. So you may not see this radio again from here. So it's working pretty good. Just a little bit of a tuning error there I'm going to sort out. And wow, it's a great radio, but no good on the high band because of image problems. Yeah. Thanks a lot for watching the series. I'm going to sign this off, but you never know. Next video, you might see this radio again. You never know. I never know. Nobody knows. Who knows? I don't know. Have a great day. See you later.